Hey guys, welcome. See, we'll just give it a couple more minutes here as people start to come in. Yeah, if you're new here, I think you guys have been on these calls before. Just drop your copy doc in the chat and I'll go through them one by one. I think, why don't we get started? Rick, I think you're up, but I need access to your doc.
Next.
Should I come back? Yeah, okay. Lorraine.
Hey, Sabah, what's up?
Hi, let me just share my screen.
Sure, go ahead.
What are you working on this week?
Okay, this is a Facebook ad, all right? This is a project, it's a wristband, and the whole idea of it is it regulates body temperature.
Okay.
So if you're too hot, it cools you down. If you're too cold, it warms you up. But the whole idea, they're really targeting women with hot flashes, and all the testimonies are towards that. So I kind of anchored mine towards that, okay? Although the big picture, the big idea is regulating body temperature, okay?
Yep.
So
Okay.
any feedback you can give. First one's like really simple, I know, but I don't know if it's just too simple.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen these run, they usually retargeting ads where it's just the testimonial, but you can,
Right.
under the testimonial, you can just say, find out, why hundreds or thousands of women are using whatever the Ember Wave wristband, to get their life back or something like that.
Okay.
Like one line, if you want to keep it a short one.
Okay.
And then this one. I would just drop this part. Like, that's just one of our happy customers if you experience, and then you can add emojis or just do a dash.
Yes. Okay. Do emojis. Okay. Thank you. Add emojis. Sure. And just drop that whole other section. Okay.
I know. I would just drop this line because it's just it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So I would maybe hi, I'm Dr. Whoever, I would make that a separate ad because this this is its own ad. You could just end it with a CTA after this. Simpler than you can imagine. Try the Ember wristband now. And if they have like a guarantee or something, mention that it's like risk-free, or try it for 30 days or whatever they're like, if they have any sort of money back guarantee. I would
they do have a risk-free offer. So I can just make this entire one with her, with Dr. Pamela, just make it an entire separate ad. Okay, great.
I would, yeah, because you don't really need it. Like this is a whole, I would say this is complete here.
Nice. Okay, got that.
Okay, does that help?
That helped a lot. Yes, I know you're the Facebook ladies. I'm in the right hand, so thank you. So, and your profit fix, oh my God, you have no idea.
Oh, awesome.
Are you kidding me? That is just like priceless. I'm like, you've helped me so much with that. I can't even express to you how good you are. Yes. Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of templates in there for Facebook ads. Like just follow those,
Okay. Yes.
Structure the ideas easily. So yeah,
you're just taking the fear out of Facebook away, just so you know. Thank you.
I like that, taking the fear out of Facebook. I should use that.
Oh no, you totally did that.
Marketing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, no worries. Thank you very much.
Glad it was helpful. You're welcome. Rick, are you ready? Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Right. This is the first time I've ever done a sales letter, so I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going with this. It's for Josh's Adventure Dates card game.
Okay.
I just want to see if I'm on the right
path. Is this the cards or the Adventure Date monthly subscription thing?
This is the subscription.
Okay. So is this targeting men or women?
It's targeting men.
Okay. So for men, I think, think about what the biggest reason would be for them to be interested in this offer, right? So, if you're talking about like rekindling the romance, that's like the nice way of saying it, but the guy is probably, not feeling the relationship, or it wants to do something about a relationship that is sort of like not as satisfying as it once was. So think, just talk guy to guy, like just talk the way that men would talk about that problem, if that makes sense, because I don't feel like this language is something that guys would say.
More research, no problem.
Yeah.
I've been on the research grind for almost 12 hours full in the past 2 days.
Okay.
So I'm trying. I don't know what I'm doing here.
It's okay. No, think about, just confirm though that you are actually just targeting men, because I wrote the copy for Josh's front end offer for the card deck, and it's definitely skewed towards women, like who want to improve their relationship. And that is the market that mostly, usually women go after these types of things that like, we want to make our relationship better. They're the ones that are going to be buying like the card games or thinking of ways to make date night more fun, so just talk guy to guy if it is for men. If it's for men and women, just talk from like the standpoint of you want to make your relationship better, but here's a unique way to do it, or here's a fun way to do it. Sorry, there's people in the waiting room. I'll make sure I get everybody in here. Yeah, so just kind of rethink like the angle a bit more, who you're speaking to, and make it more conversational in style.
Gotcha. You gave me the offer. I'm just like, yeah, why not? Something I want to learn. I need to learn. So I appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah.
If somebody else got feedback, I would love more. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. If it's targeting men, just really think about like, are they really worried about the relationship dying out? Or is it really about like, things are not going well in the bedroom anymore. They don't feel like they're getting enough attention, like really hit all those pain points directly.
Gotcha. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. Robert's got some tips for you in the chat. Thanks, Robert. Joshua.
I'm here this time.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been, I actually met up with Connor, or he sent me a loom about the book that I'm working on.
Yes.
So the feedback. So my whole thing with this whole thing is I don't want this book to be about. It's not. I don't want it to be like an angry, like, oh, I hate women, and
Right.
But from the research that I was getting, that I conjured up here, Connor was like, this is like, it sounds really, really angry. It sounds like a bunch, this is targeting guys who like resent women and hate women, like red pill, MGTOW. And you don't want to be a part of any of that, because there's a small group of guys, 1, 2, they don't buy anything, and 3,
right,
it's just a toxic situation. And I don't want it to be a toxic situation. So I'm right now, like, this is the brief. I'm working on trying to, I need a mechanism that's going to stick, and I'm having a hard time with both the mechanism and for the problem and solution.
Okay.
So I went on Reddit. I've been doing research on YouTube. It's a lot of toxic stuff on there, a lot of red pill, a lot of stuff. I'm trying to stay away from it. There's this big fascination with the word simp, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I mean, I can go there. I can target the guys that are between the ages of 18 and 30. They know exactly what a simp is and what they don't want to be like. So I'm trying to figure out how to come up with a mechanism for both the problem and solution. I think trolling is a solid mechanism for a problem, but I think that the whole trolling angle is just going to cause men to resent women. And I want this book to be more or less like, no, I understand why women test men, and how to have better relationships, how to better understand them, so I can have better relationships with them, so I can have more sex, get laid on more often. You know what I mean? Be more desirable.
Yeah. So I think, what you could focus on is like, I'm going to show you how women really think. Like, that's a big deal, right? Like, that guys can't figure women out. you know, they can never understand them. I mean, you know, this sounds like the classic, like women are from Mars, you know, or men are from Mars, women are from Venus type thing, but you can bring it into a more modern version of it. Basically,
Yeah.
you know, you speak you understand their secret language or their secret code or whatever it is. You know, so, and the way you would do that is you learn what their tests, like you know the signals of you're about to get tested or what those tests are, which you know go into great detail in your book. So it's more about giving guys, like handing them some sort of secret or blueprint, or I hate to be cliche about it, but what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, that's sort of like the mechanism that you've figured out their psychology of women, like what's going on in their brains when they say this, or when the guy acts like this is what women are thinking, or when the guy behaves like this, the guy thinks he's doing the right thing, but women actually translate it to this, you know, and that's why they get stuck in the friend zone. That's why they don't respect the guy, et cetera, et cetera.
But okay, so then I should like kind of like go along the lines of like, oh, this is like an unspoken game.
Yes, exactly. Like they've got this like hidden code, like they you know, decoding what, you know, what guys are doing and how women react to it. It's like, you know, tell the guys that you figured it out and that you're going to show them in this program or book or whatever.
I see. So then the whole, like, if simping, these guys, whatever, they're not really simps. They're not really anything like that. They just lost the game.
Yeah, they
Like, they don't
lost the
even know
game
they're
without
playing.
knowing it. Exactly. Like if they knew this, like, invisible code or something like that, then they would be able to win every time. That's what guys want. Like they want to be able to have, you know, that's a big complaint that, like, you know, men, they just can't figure out why women acted this way, or why she ghosted me, or why she disappeared, why, you know, like they just can't figure it out. Like they think they did everything right, and then, you know, outcome negative. So
Yeah. There are no real alphas. They're just winners of this secret game
yes,
that's being
exactly.
played.
Exactly. And guys
Ah,
like the idea of winning, right? So that could be a great way to present it, that let me show you how to win that game. You know, it's like this hidden game, or, you know, you can think about, just let your mind like percolate on it a bit more. But yeah, go in that kind of direction, because that's really it. Like guys, you know, I'm not going to say clueless, but I will say some are clueless, but they just don't understand. They don't
okay.
understand.
Okay, so I totally get that. So what would the mechanism be?
So
Cool.
you've got like a decoded script, or you've you know, you've figured it out for them. It's like a blueprint or a way of thinking, or like I mean, you could literally do like you know, you do this and she reads it as this, like, you
Mm,
know, you say this and she understands it as this,
mm,
you know, like so you could basically spell out what's happening, so because they don't understand.
I see. Okay. So, okay.
Because you've got all the pain points down, right? That like they don't want to become the simp, like you said. They don't want to be stuck in the friend zone. They can't understand why, you know, they can't get laid. Like you know, you've got all those pain points together. But now it's a matter of, okay, well, what is the thing you're going to give them that will help them overcome all of that, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because and then you can go in depth about, like, you know, you don't know these tests that women are doing, you know, these are like covert tests. You know, you could present it like that, like you've got to create all this intrigue about what is this mystery, what are these women thinking that I don't know, because if I knew it, then I'd be able to kind of almost like reverse engineer my behavior, right? Like that's essentially what you want to be doing.
Right.
And it will give you you know, like a leg up in the competition or winning her over.
Okay. Is it possible, like, have you ever seen an offer where they use because I kind of want to keep it real simple. I don't want to like over explain it.
Mhm.
But maybe I can use two metaphors, because I kind of was gonna go along the like Charlie Brown angle, where Like every time Lucy puts the ball in front of him and he misses, like that's him failing a test.
Yeah.
Right? And then I found footage of Charlie Brown actually kicking the ball.
Nice.
He passed the test. So it's like, you want to be like this. But now with this whole game analogy, I'm thinking like, imagine playing Minesweeper and knowing exactly where the mines are.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. That's
Yeah.
a perfect analogy. Like, yeah, use a video game or use a sports game or something like that as your frame, right? That a lot of these guys will understand.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a really good analogy.
Wow. Okay. I got some work to do. I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is really, okay. Because I was like, man, I really don't want to. I need to make sense.
Yep, exactly. You need to find exactly the video game one would be a good one, right? Like I'm sure there's other video games where it's about, uncovering like some sort of code or like figuring out, it's like a cheat code. I don't want to get too cliche, right? Because you hear all this stuff all the time, but I'm trying to think, there is a women's dating offer, for like understand his secret code. I can't remember who's behind that offer, but it's basically the same premise that men have their own sort of code or language, and if you do these things, he's never gonna pick you, or he's never gonna notice you. Like it goes into all of these things that like women have no, again, like if you're clueless, if men aren't approaching you, these are the reasons why. And once you figure it out, I explain it in this program, and once you know that, then you'll be able to attract guys like crazy. Like that's, same sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Does that help?
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Cameron, looks like you're working on some upsells.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is for one of my clients. This is just the first upsell page that comes after they check out. We're still working on the landing page, but as far as the landing page goes, I'm just gonna keep it really simple. Kind of like the credit secrets checkout page, basically.
Okay. And what's the front end offer?
It's a $47 offer into like half of his Creator Academy course. And it's a filmmaking course. I could give you the link for the course.
Okay. It's just, no, I just wanted some context on what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it pitched as a way to make extra income to pay off like loans and stuff on the front end?
Not quite like to pay off loans. Here, let me this will make a lot more sense when here's just the link to the main course.
Okay.
And then the offer we're working on is like a $47 offer, which is like pretty much half of what's in this course. So it's like the first main modules that you need.
Gotcha.
As a filmmaker. So then that's why the first upsell, I'm trying to make it like sort of more of the same around like the other modules you need.
Okay, so it's about running a freelance videography business. So like learning like videography skills to create like killer content, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that like talking about your social media and stuff would be relevant here. It's more about like you're on the fast track to learning, advanced like videography or film making skills in an easy way, so that you can basically sell those services, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I would just spell that out, like, because it's not so much about setting up their, like, it's not an influence, they're not becoming influencers, right? They might, but it's more about learning these skills super fast in a convenient way. Yeah, also about camera work and stuff like that.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so the second half is about running the business of, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great, this section. I would just maybe add a few more lines here to remind them of all the things that they're gonna, like the key things about the camera, because it's all camera work, right? For the first, yeah, like the equipment, like exactly. So just maybe even do bullets, like, you know, you're about to know exactly what equipment to buy, so you're not wasting your money. You're about to learn how to use the shutter, whatever, just like elaborate on it a bit more so that there's still a, in their minds, you still want them to remind them that they're about to dive into this like amazing curriculum, you know, about like videography specifically. And then you want to show them that like these, you know, these 4 modules, see, this is a bit of a extreme claim. These 4 modules will transform your filmmaking and photography career. Basically, said, you know, these will set you up for an amazing fast track to your filmmaking or photography career. You know, even the rest is good, even if the only camera you own, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if you're really serious about this and you want to start making money faster with your newfound skills, then here's what I have for you. Then it's the remaining 6 modules of how to run a freelancing business, right? Freelance photography business, whatever. Like that needs to be the transition.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah, the rest is solid. I can see you followed the Olaf template pretty closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just that segue, right? That's always the tricky part, is like connecting the front end offer to the upsell, you know, so that it makes like, it makes this like a really juicy offer. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, that's sick.
Looks like you have a second upsell as well.
Yeah. Second upsell. If they didn't take that, I guess technically it's the downsell then. If they didn't take that, then it's just like another part of the course.
Okay.
We went in with a different sort of lead on this because he told me this story and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, I would still add some sort of headline. This one, I like this as maybe like the transition headline that would go here.
Okay.
And I think to kick it off, to get their attention, you want to say something like, you know, give them the ultimate benefit that what if I told you how to travel, the secret, you know, influencers use to travel the world for super cheap so that you can get amazing. I mean, the goal is to get amazing photography shots, right, around the world.
Yeah.
So make sure you, or videos. So, you know, spell that out in the, like make that claim.
Okay, killer.
Right up there. And then, yeah, I like this, but I would put it like here before this.
Okay, got it.
That's a cool story.
I know when he told me it, I was like, oh, dude.
Secrets to winning the travel game. I would change that from discovering the secrets to traveling the world on like a backpacker's budget, right? Like just mention the money, talk about how like this is like the ultimate trick for basically getting comps, right? Like you're basically getting a travel comp, you know. Yeah, like you're getting cheap flights, cheap travel, whatever, however you want to explain it, but just spell it out there. Can we change the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just rework it so it talks about like the, you know, you don't have to use the exact words, dirt cheap travel, but like the idea being that they're getting like some sort of their ticket to cheap travel packages or something like that. Like, you know, emphasize the benefit of the cost, if that makes sense. Because the art of travel sounds too like aspirational, like, oh, it could be like a guide to traveling well, you know. So yeah, that would be my recommendation, is just to come up with like a creative name for.
That's what I was thinking when he told me that. I think I even have a few names.
Sweet.
Somewhere in my notes. So.
That's good. Okay, and then downsell for.
Yeah.
So if they said no to both, or how would that work?
Yeah, I think we're still playing around with like how we're gonna put the pages. But I was thinking this would go first into the Creator Academy. So if they said no to Creator Academy full, they would see this page. But right now I'm thinking switch them out so they see the second upsell. And then if they said no to both, then they get this hit with this downsell.
Yeah, but then what if they said yes to one of them?
Then they get so if they say yes to like the first one, then that's it, because that's like the full course and it has the art of travel in there.
Oh, it does. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's a solid downsell offer. I would just suggest change it to 97 versus 99.
Why is that? I've never understood prices.
It's like the 7 is like a psychological thing. It tends to feel like less than the $100 than the 99, but it's like really close to the 100.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think for, you know, the travel, like the benefit, the reason why these filmmakers want the ability to travel wherever is to take amazing shots, you know, that nobody else has access to. So like really talk about that, you know, that it's like giving you a passport. You can literally say that. It's like getting a passport to travel to exotic places and take incredible, you know, videos and photos, because that's what they really want. They're trying to get that perfect shot of these amazing places. So just spell that out a bit more, you know, think in their mind, like what's the reason why they would want to go travel the world. I mean, it's the raw truth about traveling without paying premium fees and saving a ton of money. You know, really talk about that. That's really the reason why he's sharing this. Oh, it's a payment plan.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're positioning it, that's like the first payment?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, those are the only recommendations I have on this one. Just really emphasize on the travel part, like why they would want to be traveling to all these places, you know, kind of spell it out.
Okay.
Is that all you had?
Yeah, that's all I had. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm going to implement all this. It's awesome.
Awesome. Robert.
What's going on? If you scroll down about a page and a half, I got a big bold Sabah headline that just jumps me down to your notes for this call.
Okay.
So the homepage there, betterspeech.com, it's a speech therapy for kids primarily. They do adults as well.
Okay.
If you click that orange a child button, you go through a 16 question questionnaire, like what's your problem, how old's your kid, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And it lands you on the /start child that I've got linked there.
Okay.
So we're gonna rewrite this to be more of an emotional lead because it's a very technical sale right now and they're getting a low conversion rate on it.
Okay.
The question I have is I have an email below that in the Google Doc, just trying to pre-frame everything here.
Yes.
There's a couple of pictures of emails they're sending out now, but I want to make more emotional emails out of them because they're getting like 1% CTRs on these.
Okay.
Because it just doesn't say anything. It's like, oh, hey, here's the problem.
Right.
So take a look at the last thing that I wrote up, and it's just a story about it. It's a totally made up story about a kid that has a problem, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get an eye on this before I send it to him as a preliminary idea of what we could do to rewrite those emails.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Are they going to take the images out?
That's what I'm going to recommend. He's got an overall sending issue in Klaviyo, so I'm going to try to go straight text on everything, and then we can reintroduce images later. But the links don't even go to the checkout page; they go to an About Us page. So it's just all kinds of a mess the way they built their stuff.
Gotcha. I think where it says that's when a friend recommend. Oh, so they're getting this email after they've already taken the quiz, right?
Right. They've done the 16 question, they've done the pre-assessment. My kid has a stutter. We haven't tried any other therapy. He's 5 years old, whatever other, issues there are.
Right.
And then they've landed on the actual checkout page to pay for their booking.
Okay.
The whole sales process is screwed up on this. I'm just working within the limits of what he's got, and then I'll try to reframe it later. But yeah,
like
so they've
a
already
re-engagement email. Like
it's basically an abandoned cart email. Yeah, re-engagement, abandoned cart, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just trying to put more. Jared, so they have both. Jerry just asked if they're paying for a booking in the next episode free consult. They have both. Either or is right or wrong. I think they want to push for the straight payment, but if we have to go to the free consult, we can use the free consult. I think I have both of those mixed in here. So it's kind of a dual CTA, but
yeah,
in part, I just want to get a click out of them at this point because they're getting a 1% CTR. So if I can improve that by 5 points, then I'm doing better than they are now.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't even spell out what they have. This sounds like a lot of work. I would just say she paired me up with an awesome therapist and they do everything over video chat. It's so easy. Just say, it's so easy. They do it all over video chat. They work on exercises, whatever, and in just 2 months. And if you can bold this, I would bold this.
Okay.
And I wouldn't even do that if you haven't yet. Just
yeah, because they already cool. Okay.
Just click.
But overall, that's a good.
Yeah, that's a good. I would definitely test this against what they're running right now.
Yeah, well, that's real. I don't know if this exact email will get used, but I just wanted to send an idea of what we can move toward. Because he's got the bullet points, more confidence. What the hell does more confidence mean? What's the emotional grab of that? And might kind of kick me that direction too on Monday. So
definitely. I mean, and I would say, 2 months of progress, that's a solid result, right? So you could, one that's a result one.
And that's I've got to get some real stories from him.
Yeah. 3 years of progress in just 2 months. That's what I was trying to say. I can get the words out.
I got you.
So use that as an angle. And if you have any crazy good makeover store before and after.
Yeah, we did one 45-minute call to frame what he's working on, and I'm just kicking this as an idea to him, and I may get into some testimonials and build something like this out of a real testimonial.
Sweet.
But I just wanted to put something on paper to send him an idea.
Yeah, no, this is solid. Nice work.
Appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Ella.
Hey, so these are a couple test emails for a list for Sam's turmeric vitality in the UK. And
Okay.
he said they're basically like classic British grannies who don't know much about health. And I'm feeling like these are super boring and I just want to find a way to have them be more engaging and really punch it up.
Okay, so these are the emails that they're sending now?
No. These are just what I wrote. That's the problem I feel like I'm running into. It's
Okay.
bored.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they also ended up being really fucking long.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the good thing is older demographics tend to read more. So they will be more interested in like a longer email, that's more educational and explaining. But I think if they don't know a lot about this in the first place, I would just make it a lot more casual. Let's talk about healthy fat, right? Not even omega-3s, and then later reveal that it's called omega-3 and this is what it does, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say let's talk about healthy fats. A lot of doctors tell, and so for the older demo too, they really like the idea of doctors and credibility and things like that. So anytime you can bring in authority, it will help. So let's talk about healthy fats. You've probably heard a lot of doctors saying that we need to have healthy fat in our diet, right? Talk from like an authority standpoint, and then add a little bit more copy, and then say, and then omega-3s are a buzzword right now, or however you want to introduce it, and then talk about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then like use that. I might bring that statistic up higher. Even the doctors are saying that we all need it, only about 2% of adults are getting enough of these healthy fats in their diet, or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Basically, you want to go for a problem solution type of situation here. So, build up a problem in their minds, use as much statistics or authority, whatever, to build it up, and then say, good news is there's an easy way to get these healthy fats or omega-3s if you've already introduced it, and then go into explaining, how it works, why it's good, and then check out our omega-3s.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have to decide. I mean, are these people, how are they getting on this list?
They are mostly already buyers from his turmeric offer.
Okay.
And then this is like a secondary supportive offer.
Gotcha. So if that's the case, I would make more curiosity subject lines, because you're assuming that they already are shopping for omega-3s with these angles.
Okay.
So I would, create some curiosity on healthy fat, or plant versus fish healthy fats, something like that. Like don't push the omega-3s right up front, because it's not in their minds yet.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, some more build up, and then when you change that subject line, then you're going to need some more curiosity hook for your email. So again, like doctors tell us why do doctors tell us to eat fatty fish at every meal? We're supposed to get however many milligrams of omega-3s or healthy fats, but not many people eat enough of fish, but there's a shortcut to getting it, and you can do it through a supplement. The supplement is omega-3, and then you go into the benefits of it.
Okay, perfect.
And it's hard. Yeah, this is a bit too long for somebody who's not shopping, who's not in the market for omega-3s. Like, you basically have to turn this into like a sales page. So you have to make it interesting enough that, again, problem solution, build up some sort of problem, why it's so urgent that they should be having more healthy fat in their diet, and the fact that they can't possibly eat that much fish every day, and nobody wants to eat that much fish because of all the potential toxic effects of it. So now there's a better way, and omega-3s are the answer. And is this going to a sales page for the omega-3s, or is it just a product page?
Product page, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, you would want to use, you would basically want to create like almost like a mini sales letter in your email, selling omega-3. So follow almost like a sales letter format, you know, where you kind of have a lead, you build up the problem, you reveal the mechanism is this capsule of omega-3, and then the benefits of it, and now here's how to claim it.
Okay, cool.
Just the flow.
Perfect.
Yeah, those would be my recommendations. Does that help?
Yes, thank you so much. That is so helpful.
Okay, you're welcome. Jose,
Hey, Sabah.
hi. You want to share what you're working on?
Oh yeah, I like wrote down like the big idea in a comment. I don't know. You can probably see the comment right there.
Okay. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good one. I'm not so sure about the little known fishing spot unless that's what you're pushing. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wouldn't. So it's not really unless you want to say like little known fishing spot in any lake or any ocean or whatever. I don't know where they fish for these types of fish.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would just emphasize like the body of water, because otherwise it sounds like you can actually share a destination, if that makes sense.
But can you like expand on that?
So
What do you mean?
like this little known fishing spot inside every lake or pond or ocean, you just add that to either the headline and the section, because otherwise it sounds like you're going to share like it's in Little Rock, Arkansas, you know, like that's the best.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So is there a reason why you're doing it this style with the sections like this?
I don't know. I saw that what's his name, Heath, kind of did like a sort of like a mechanism version of this, you know, e-com sales page he did. I mean, I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that here. Like,
Yeah, I'm wondering if, I mean, I guess on mobile it will still be one column. I'm just concerned that like it's almost like it almost looks like a homepage style, right? With like sections, and it doesn't, that's not the goal of this. Like you want people to just scroll through, because the copy is solid. Like it might be better just doing it in regular sections, right? So headline, if you want to add an image to the side of the body, and then so headline body, if that makes sense, versus doing it stacked like this, because otherwise it looks like sections.
headline body as in like bullets or a picture, or
Yeah, so like for this, I would just move it out of the boxes. So it would go headline or subhead, you know, because this isn't like the main headline,
yeah.
And copy. And then if they want to do a picture, maybe put the picture in the middle of these two.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and you've got buy now buttons. Yeah.
Actually, I section 4, like I included the link of what he did where you were talking about the
Okay,
section.
let me see it. Oh, I see.
I mean, mine is a lot longer, more, I guess, more focused on the mechanism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then do you see, he introduces the product like almost
Yeah.
right away, right? Yeah, I would recommend you don't do that side by
Gotcha.
side, like, because you've got enough copy for it to read almost like a mini sales letter, right?
Okay.
Section. Yeah, just you've got all the elements though. This looks really good. Did you use one of the Profit Fix formula templates?
Yeah, I keep using
Looks
that.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. Otherwise, but those would be my recommendations.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Andrew.
Hey, Sabah.
Hi, this is looking good.
Yeah, I actually had an interesting question about this one. The original reason that I kind of shoehorned in the free reasons thing at all was because I was doing well for click-through from the Facebook ads.
Okay.
But if you scroll down until you hit the part where it says like the vegan cheese isn't actually healthy, like we have a whole bunch of or those first three, once you get past right there where the vegan cheese isn't as healthy as most people think,
Yep.
I had noticed that our traffic or the viewership on the heat maps drops like 11% pretty much instantly.
Hmm.
And the entire the first section with the top three, it seems like people are just here to get the top three. And then they just dip. But then anyone who makes it to the vegan cheese part, while 50% of the people don't actually get to our CTA, considering how long this page is, a surprising number of people make it to the bottom, like 40%, and we're down to 50% by reason number 2.
Okay.
So I was like looking for feedback on that because, yeah, after the vegan cheese section, we really don't lose people for them, considering how long it is.
Interesting. And the CTA doesn't appear anywhere on the page. They have
Not until you're way down near the bottom, like
wow. Okay. Okay, so let me see where the cutoff is for the 3 reasons.
and then it's right there. But if you're like me and don't want to stop eating cheese,
Mm.
right after that block is when people just like dip.
Maybe instead of posing that question, but if you don't want to stop eating cheese, I have some exciting news for you. Like do like a classic, I've got some good news, you know, and then yeah, but then you're gonna have a hard time transitioning to this part. The good news is there's an alternative, and it's not what you think.
Interesting. Yeah, I might be able to try something like that because I was also talking to Ning before, and it was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't rip on vegan cheese as much because this is sort of vegan cheese.
Right.
So that was another weird thought. So I'm like, okay, maybe
But I
maybe
mean,
it's like I've got some
but
good
you could
news.
still use it. You could still use it. Basically, you would have to come up with, you know, like the good news is there's an alternative out there, and it's not what most people think. It's not this. It's not this. It's not this. Like if you can come up with like a bullet list of things that might cross someone's mind of what they think he's getting at, you know, and then, you know, basically you're building up some more curiosity. Okay, then what is this? Then maybe you could transition it, and it's not even vegan cheese, because vegan cheese isn't as healthy as most people think. If you want to continue with this part, I mean, technically you could cut this out, you know, and just go. It's basically what you would do is you set it up and say, you know, thankfully there's an alternative. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this, and it's actually good for your heart. Then it would go, what could possibly taste as good as cheese while being good for your heart? So then that way you're still building up all the curiosity, and now you're going into like the next level of, you know, an open loop, because this is where it continues. And you said people read all the way down, right?
Yeah, I was actually shocked because when I saw we're down to 50% so early on in the page, I'm like, well, this thing's dead. But no, apparently people just stay.
Yeah, so maybe it's just this transition part, just this section.
Because I was originally debating about trying to get rid of the 3 reasons bit and just go to the part where people seem to like stay reading, and then also maybe get rid of the change it like you recommended. So instead it would be like, I've got a great solution for you that's not this.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe you just need to stick like a curiosity block in there, and then just transition to this part. I mean, and this technically could be like your lead, right?
Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, I think we could have a version where this is actually just the lead too, because
Yeah,
this whole thing started with the Egyptian thing, and then Justin said cut it down to 3 reasons, and now I think we could just keep chopping sections off of this and see.
right. Well, I mean, it's good that you're studying the heat maps, because that is giving you, you know, some good data. And the fact that people are reading from here onward all the way to the end says that this whole, whatever, however you set this up is working. So I wouldn't change that. But yeah, this is technically another like lead or hook, like what, you know, and I think you had this originally, didn't you?
No, I actually didn't. The funny thing is, I guess I accidentally wrote a bunch of leads.
Okay. But I would test that.
Yeah, I like that idea. So now I have 2 more tests I could run for that.
Yeah. Very interesting. Design looks good though.
It strokes my designer ego a little
you
bit,
did it?
even though I know this looks terrible. Yeah.
No, this is good. Very clean. I'm still not, you guys got to do something about this CTA part.
I keep thinking we do, but I think allegedly, supposedly testing has shown that keeping them on the 1 page does better or something.
But what about the 3 add to cart, like a traditional add to cart section? Have you tested that yet?
I think allegedly we have. I'm actually not 100% sure. I'll have to ask again. I really do want like the traditional 136 or something like that.
Yeah.
In our case, it'd be like 135 or something like that.
Yeah, and then put the bonuses on it, you know, whatever, because the pricing, it's just so hard to understand how much this actually costs.
I do still want to try that. I might have to push for that a little
It
bit
was
more.
split test it.
Or see if we already did a split test, because I know we've been running a lot of tests on this sort of stuff.
Okay. Okay. Is that helpful?
Yep, that's all I needed for that one. If there's more time later, because I know there's a whole bunch of other people, there was something else, but
Okay, let me see.
yeah, but I'm good for now.
Posted. All right, cool. Percent, I hope I pronounced that right.
That's right.
Okay.
So yeah, I did. This is also under NDA, so I had to like censor out some of the outlier, the names and things like that. So easy to ask. Yeah.
No worries. What is, oh, it's a free masterclass. Okay. I mean, only recommendation I would make is put free masterclass in your head, in your first line, like in brackets, or mention it in the, you know, in the CTA headline.
Okay. I'll have that.
Yeah, copy is good though. If you know, you're going the first person hero's journey, like this was my story, and now I'm going to share all my tricks and systems with you. So
Yeah, like this is a new client, so right now it's very easy to use that. But like in the future, I'm sure I can't rely on this this angle, I guess, later on. So for now, it works.
Yeah. Okay. So you got another one. Well, how are you going to be targeting these people on Facebook?
We had the media buyers on our agency. They already have an audience that targets people who are into fix and flips and real estate, things like that. So
Oh, they do. Okay.
they have. I don't have. I'm not sure they're doing that, but I'm not in charge of the media buying or the audience building. So I trust them that they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how, unless they've like opted into something before and they have like a custom audience. If not, then you're going to be speaking to like people who are looking for a business opportunity. So just consider that.
Okay.
I think just for Facebook compliance, you'll have to explain that you're flipping property, right? This is just mention that it's like real estate, because it doesn't say it anywhere in here. Oh, flipping homes is here.
I was under the assumption when people see fix and flip, it would imply real estate. That was my thinking. Was that a little too assumptuous, you think, or should I make it very like more explicit?
Yeah, because people do that with businesses too. Like it's not just home, it's not just property.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be my recommendation, as long as you're 100% sure that they're actually only targeting, which I don't know how media buyers would do that, but if they have a targeted list or something that they're all just fix and flip business owners, then you're good with this copy. But if it's more broad and you're trying to entice people to be interested in running a fix and flip business, then you need to change some of the copy so that it's a bit more targeted towards people who would be interested in like a side income or are interested in getting to real estate flipping, that kind of thing.
I think the clients, her target market is essentially people who already have a fixed business. She doesn't work with the newbies or anyone with no experience, so we are centered focusing on that especially. So. Okay,
then you're good. So you're just selling them a better way to run their business.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how many ways you can really say that. Ultimately, it comes down to like saving time, getting more money. Like, I don't know how many times you can really frame that in a different way. And you know what I mean? Like with this kind of a,
it would mostly be that you basically spell out like the shortcuts, or do they have access to like a special database of, potential homes, or they have access to contractors that can do it faster, or, the specific systems that she uses to make, to do less work to run the business. So I would just, highlight that, because you want to give them a little bit of a tease on what this is. If they're already flippers, then you need to talk about how, something that they're doing in their day-to-day business operations, you've got some sort of shortcut or secret or whatever, and watch this free masterclass to find out how.
Because I know her main thing is like, oh, I'll teach you how to like put together like teams of people to take care of every part of the business for you. So I would basically tease, how would you tease like that? Like a team.
I would say, I'm going to show you how to get like hours of your week back, and it's like it's by outsourcing. You can go the whole, you delegate, right? That's the delegating secret to smart business owners do this, is they create teams to hand off a lot of the work or whatever, however you want to describe it, make it sound better than that. But that's the idea, is like you want to create some curiosity on what is this process, what is this thing that she's doing or claiming I can do for my business, to run it better and spend less time on my business. It's the whole message that, spend less time, spend more time on your business versus in your business, you know,
Mm,
like
yeah.
skip the day-to-day, skip all the admin stuff. You don't need to do that anymore. There's a better way to do it. Like that's really the underlying message.
Gotcha. But I mean, overall, you think this is the copy like smooth and readable, not no hitches, no weird, like, does it make like logic, like, you know, semantic sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm just concerned that if they're already business owners doing this, then the angle you're going at is like this one is talking about because here it's almost like, okay, so you're pitching the automation, right?
Yeah.
You're pitching the idea of automation. So maybe you just need like a stronger way to talk about how you can basically have a hands-off business. You know, you want to talk about automation, but you don't want to try and think about what is going through a business owner's mind, right? Versus they're never going to say the words, how can I have an automated fix and flip business? They're going to say things like, how can I have more time in my life to do what I want? How can I hand off some of my business without, you know, losing momentum? You know, what's the fastest way for me to grow or scale my business? Like that's, you know, that's something on the top of their minds. It's more along the lines of that.
So like, yeah, because I'm framing it from like, I guess, the influence point of view, not really the customer's point of view, the audience point of view. So like,
exactly, because having it automated is almost like the mechanism, like the solution to getting that, like, you know, more business or whatever is automation. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Like that's almost like the mechanism.
that is key. I'll have to remember that. I think that I just went a bit actually with my copy, so now I'll remember that. So that's
Okay.
actually very valuable. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Jake.
I did not think we were going to get to me that fast. Hi, what's
Hi.
up? You just went through a lot of copy. You feeling all right?
I did. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I've got about 15 minutes. So
Okay.
what do you
All
got?
right. So rough opt-in page, just copy and pasted it from them. Email service provider doesn't feel super strong to me yet. What do you need to know to give me good feedback?
Okay.
Coach.
How is traffic getting to this page?
Mostly just going to be organic to start with. She'll post the link in her bio. She'll make some
Okay.
content with call to actions. That'll be it.
Okay. So I would just get rid of this line. If you're reading this page, you're probably a mom because you've already kind of framed it. Basically, if somebody reads this line, are you a mom who is ready to get her pre-baby body back? And they've said yes, and they're scrolling, they don't need to read this, right?
Understood.
Yeah, so yeah, I would just start it off as a mom. You know that things change. I mean, I think if this is not for Facebook and you're just getting organic or social traffic, you could go pretty aggressive on, like, you know, attention moms, here's an easy way to get rid of the postpartum it's like postpartum, it's like the is it pregnancy weight? I mean, really is what most people describe it as. Postpartum it's not necessarily postpartum body fat. That's not really a thing.
Good to know.
It's like postpartum weight. Like they know that it's like excess postpartum weight.
Pregnancy weight. You said it. Pregnancy weight. What was that?
Pregnancy weight is the most simplest form of it.
Okay.
And it's like stubborn. You could say stubborn pregnancy weight because a lot of women struggle with actually, you know, working it off. So yeah, I would just be more aggressive with it right in your headline. Like make the claim, make the promise, you know, here's an easy way to get rid of the pregnancy weight, you know, without, I mean, what is the program? She's got like a weight loss program.
Yeah, it's like a 5-day email course with videos.
Okay. So yeah, you need to make it a lot more of like a juicier offer, right? Like what first of all, think, you know, what unique thing, if let's pretend she doesn't have a unique way, it's just like a good fitness program or diet program or something. So you
Okay.
would say something like, you know, here's an easy way to lose, you know, drop the pregnancy weight, you know, without working out crazy, or, you know, having to go on extreme diets or something like that. Like, you know, give them what they want to hear. There's got to be some sort of intrigue or reason why they would take this email course, right?
There does.
There
Okay.
does. Right. Because you think of it just like a sales letter. Like, you got to intrigue them with some sort of pitch or claim, you know, explain that you understand what they're going through. The good news is there's a shortcut to losing the pregnancy weight. That's what they want to hear, that there's some sort of, you know, unknown or unconventional way to work off the weight, and you don't have to do this.
So I need to reveal a unique mechanism, or at least hint at one.
Yeah, at least hint at one. And then I'll show you all in my 5-day email course, and it's 100% free. Like, that would get them to click, right? Or register.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Highlight the pains, you know, what you do. Like, you know, I mean, I think you could even go more aggressive on that. Like, you know, all the things that they struggle with, like they don't like how they feel in their clothes. None of their clothes fit still, you know.
So you would make this longer form just in general, like just highlight everything.
I mean, you could do it as bullets, right? Like, you could make it's almost like a mini sales letter. Unless you've got, if she's got some sort of formula or solution or method that is named in her course, then you could say, like, discover my XYZ method for losing the pregnancy weight. You know, take this free 5-part email course, and I'll show you how it works. So you can stop worrying about your clothes not fitting anymore, get your confidence back, feel amazing, get your energy back, that kind of thing. You're really pitching it, right? You're really selling, and it's free. So you just want to hype it up.
Okay. Understood. Anything else that you think is super important to talk about before we go?
No, this is more like an opt-in. So you don't have to go super long, aggressive sales page, but you just need tight messaging, right? To sell this free course to get them to register.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your last couple minutes of your time.
Okay,
Speak
you're
soon.
welcome. Jared. You're still on. Jared Bigman.
Hey, how is it going?
Hi, good.
So these are some Facebook ads. I'm in Stefan's mentorship group, so I just kind of mocked these up. I haven't gotten any feedback yet, but have shared them with 2 prospects. Just wanted to see your thoughts.
Okay.
These link to a long sales page, the first one.
Okay. Yeah, I would just reveal in here, like, Facebook doesn't like curiosity, where it, where it's like they're gonna mark this as clickbait because it's not clear what the offer is. So you might just need a little bit more copy. Like, this is a good hook or lead into the ad, but then you need a few lines that says, I guess it's a success triggers course. What if I told you there are some specific triggers to success, or however, I don't know how this is described, and just describe it a little bit more, click below to learn more. So I would just say add a few more lines there to give it some more context. Yeah, and I wouldn't ask a question like this as your lead, because somebody could easily say no, like in their heads, right? So you could reframe this. So what if there was a way to unlock the secret toolbox that elite formers use to achieve unbelievable success? It's entirely possible. Hundreds of people have been doing it. I'm spilling my, success triggers, unleashing, unlock it for yourself below. Like that would be the flow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, second brand. That's cool. I like that. Just add a CTA, you know, below it. Check out, try quit for yourself right now. And if they have some sort of like risk-free trial or whatever, include that in there. But tell people what to do in your ads. Yeah, same with this one. Add a CTA. Nice. This works if it's just a, you know, just a one-liner. Yeah, but for this one, I would just add a CTA as well. Like, you know, check out our latest selection right now, or shop the store, whatever CTA you want to put, but just add that line. And for all Facebook, whenever you're writing Facebook ads, make sure you're including a headline. Because if you were to submit to a client, you'd want to include a headline that would go with your ad.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Umar.
Hi, Sabah. So my question is, with these are some 2 custom samples I wrote, but I realize they're probably a little too aggressive. It's for YouTube. Do you have any kind of guidelines of how aggressive you can be with YouTube, and especially for like something that's being directed to a ClickBank offer, so a VSL basically?
Yeah, YouTube is more lenient than Facebook is. That's why a lot of ClickBank offers are run on there. But you know, same thing. I always recommend, you know, with Facebook ads and YouTube ads, like you need a strong, in the first 2 or 3 seconds, you need to grab their attention, because your YouTube ads are run in a way that they interrupt somebody's stream, right? So they're clicking on a video. Yep. And then I'm sure you've seen them yourself, right? You get interrupted with an ad. So the first line has to be really direct and stop them in their tracks to keep watching. So starting it off with this, I don't think would work. You would want something like, you know, this is the Japanese tonic, isn't it? For the.
Yeah, this was for the, as an example came up for the Okinawa. I can also show you what the client is now using and what's working best for them. If you scroll to the bottom.
Okay.
Because they want me, yeah, that one. So
yeah.
Kind of want me to come up with something that's that'll work well, just like this one has.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you put the control here. So can you see, like, this is like a strong first statement, and this is a lead, like that. This, if you're trying to beat the control, you want to come up with different angles that would beat this. So this one has gone the way that, you know, somebody lost 31 pounds of fat, and he actually like pooped out the excess carbs. It's all about this 15-minute ritual. Like, it's, you know, it's very curiosity heavy. And then yours goes straight into like, what if there's a way to get rid of stubborn fat, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to come up with like a different angle. So what if you know, you could try something like, what if I told you could actually, you know, poop out fat every day? Don't use that one. I'm just using it as an extreme example. But idea being that you're just coming up with like a fresh angle on the concept. So, you know, what if I told you could just one 15-minute ritual in the morning could help you drop, you know, 10 pounds of fat. It's happened for so many people, et cetera, and then build on that story a little bit, and then talk about, if you want to learn more, click here, you know, because if you look at the control, yeah, if you're fed up, see, this is like a really structured, I would say, you know, study the structure of this. Like, this is the lead, right? the hook.
Yep.
And then this, they talk about all the pain points. If you're fed up with this, you know, you don't want to do this, stop everything you're doing and watch this short presentation. And then they elaborate on it. If somebody hasn't clicked yet, they're still watching, right? So they talk more about, they're still building up curiosity. They're not even talking about the Japanese Okinawa secret. They're not giving away any of that. They're just talking about the presentation. So they're just saying, you know, find out how this doctor reveals this one method that could help even somebody with like even the sluggish metabolism, someone who struggled with their weight, you know, finally have like their weight loss breakthrough. So like that's essentially the message that is happening here, right? There's no even mention of the actual diet or the product itself. And that's the idea. You want to sell this idea, that just watch the presentation, because the presentation is a VSL and it does the selling.
And do you think it's worth testing, saying presentation, whether versus just, you know, saying discover the solution?
I wouldn't, not if it's a VSL, and it's a longer one, right? It's like 30.
This is this is a different offer, but it's still on ClickBank. That the control is the one I'm writing, that I have to write now. But yeah, it's a VSL. So would you recommend using presentation, making sure that's mentioned?
Yeah, I would be selling the presentation, not the answer that's being revealed in the VSL.
Okay.
So you want to hook them in. That's why the angle is so important. Like if you're trying to beat the control, you want to come up with 2 unique concepts that grab somebody's attention related to weight loss or some struggle that most people have with weight loss. Say that, well, good news is it's all been figured out, you know, watch this presentation, watch this free presentation to reveal it. So you can finally stop, similar, you know, storyline is this, so you can finally stop struggling with the scale, finally stop going on extreme diets, you know, really build up this curiosity.
Okay.
Then they're going to watch.
And since obviously it's obviously going to be a bit more, I guess, aggressive on ClickBank, with YouTube, is it best just to stick to, I guess, FTC guidelines? Is that kind of the red line that you shouldn't cross on YouTube when it comes to claims and stuff?
Yeah, I would stay away from the claims. I would, you know, I know you use like examples here. And they use this one, the 31 pounds of fat, which is still kind of extreme. But yeah, you don't want to be overly aggressive either.
Sure.
You don't want to make it
Okay.
sound like a too good to be true story. You know, you can still play with curiosity. You can talk about like how there was a discovery in Japan, and, you know, to learn more in this free presentation. You could go that, you know, you could go that route. But I would only hint, basically what I would do is only hint at a few things that are in the presentation and talk more about, intrigue them more with the claim of, you know, now there's a better way to lose weight or finally win the battle with the scale or whatever, because it's like top level.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it will get them over to the presentation, let the presentation do the converting and curiosity and everything about this Okinawa secret or whatever.
All right, that makes a lot more sense. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Andrew, I think I'm going to squeeze you in. So if you want to go over this one quick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, luckily these are all pretty short and I'm not great at email, so it'll be easy to go over these.
Okay. Oh, it's taking it over to that same sales page.
Yeah, which now I might have to change some of them, but I know we're still testing the free reasons one. So
Yeah.
we're still gonna need swipes for it for a while, or a little while at least.
Got that. Okay. Nice. Now, if they're cheese lovers, they probably don't want to quit cheese. Right?
That's a good point. Yes, yes, they don't want to give up cheese.
Yeah, I would talk about that. Here's why, here's why you don't need to give up cheese. Well, no, you wouldn't even say that. You've got to come up with like an angle related to you know, if you're worried about cheese not being healthy, you read this. You know, if you're worried about your heart, I don't know, you'd have to think about, my brain is not working now.
I'm having trouble too.
But you get what I mean? Like you gotta hook them in with something else. These are good. I would just capitalize this, like,
Oh, like all caps?
yeah.
Oh, the only reason I don't do that is because allegedly it's really bad for deliverability. I don't know how true that is though.
Oh, really?
Allegedly, supposedly, using all caps and this, according to what I've seen, is not great for it.
Okay.
I don't know though, because I am not a
I haven't
delivery
seen
expert.
problems with that, but I mean, it could be. But regardless, I think these are good. I mean, maybe just these are so similar. Like I would just do a mac and cheese with zero guilt. I like this line. So you could use that as a subject line.
Oh, that would be a good one if I put that in quotes.
Yeah. Or just like zero guilt. Finally, zero guilt mac and cheese, you know, something like that. Like a big proclamation. Yeah, that's solid. I mean, you could even say eat as much cheese as you want without the guilt, right? People love that idea, like unlimited. Yeah, that would match that too. Yeah, these are solid otherwise, Andrew. Just those tweaks.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, Isaac, that's a good one. You can have your cheese and eat it too. That's right. Okay, thank you guys. Same time. Oh no, not next week. Next week I'm at Funnel Hacking Live. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. So make use of the other coaching calls and have a good week next week. I'll see you guys next time.